channel. Today we have Mr. Joe Zowell's 2019 Z06 in. He's coming in for a couple of upgrades, but also doing some maintenance items while we're at it, which is included in our 800 horsepower package he's getting. A lot of these cars suffer on the higher mileage end of the spectrum when the DOD lifters start failing. It's a real common issue with them. We go ahead and replace them while we're there. We put in these solid hydraulic lifters and eliminate the DOD system that shuts off the cylinders. We do these upgrades in conjunction with getting horsepower, so you're also gaining life in the motor, but power at the same time. So instead of putting in stock parts, we go ahead and put these aftermarket higher horsepower products with better quality. Same thing, we also replace the camshaft because they end up having wear from the lifters running on them and cause pitting marks in them, which in turn will end up not letting the valve open up enough. You'll start losing horsepower, you'll start hearing a ticking noise sometimes, all in conjunction with age. Another thing that also wears out on these is the valve seals. So we replace those when we do our valve spring kit. We go ahead and replace the valve spring and the seal that goes in there. We take the stock one out, clean the bore, make sure everything's nice and lubed up and solid. That'll end up bringing this motor back to what it was when it was new, or close to it. These are great motors, but you got to do your maintenance with them. These items are common failure points, but just replacing that one item wouldn't be a viable option for most people. We usually like to do them in conjunction. That way you basically have a fully resealed and rebuilt motor. We have the cylinder heads off already. We've taken the car apart. We've got them all cleaned up underneath. Got the material all off of them. Make sure they're all freshened up. We're going to go ahead and do the valve springs, retainers, seals. We're also going to pair it with an ATI dampener. The stock dampener over time can start losing its harmonic balancing with the rubber insert because the rubber starts getting hard and starts creating a wobble. So we go ahead and bring this ATI into the equation because this is rebuildable. So long down the road, you're going to have an issue with your dampener, you can go ahead and rebuild it, whereas a stock one's not serviceable. We also do fresh spark plugs and wires because, again, like another maintenance item, we want to do this whole package to make sure every aspect of this motor is being fixed. Again, we are going to do our AFP cold air intake that we usually do with all our packages and a set of headers. Another item that also could have issues is your exhaust manifolds. They're cast stock manifolds that can crack over time from the heat cycles. As a stainless exhaust package, that's not going to be an issue because the stainless dissipates heat easier as compared to a cast manifold. So we're going to try to touch on every little aspect of the motor to try to bring it back to life on these higher mileage vehicles and gain horsepower at the same time. This is an entry-level package, so you're not going to lose any drivability, any having to get special fuel like E85, or have to do any special requisites to make sure this car will start up and drive every day. This is a nice, fully encompassing package for somebody who has a higher mileage vehicle that just doesn't want to throw stock parts back in it and wants to actually gain a little bit of power while going through all this work.
2019 C7 Z06, shipped to us from Florida. Customer does have fun with the car on the weekends. I think he tested a few 60 to 130s before he shipped it to us. I gotta go ask my sales guys, but I want to say he got a couple 10-second ones, and then he finally, I think his best was like a 9.2.
I think you're losing boost. I want you to email this to LMR. No, I'm being serious.
60 to 130, which, to be honest, guys, I don't even know what these things are supposed to run stock on the internet or what the average is. But send it down. We do our full 800 horsepower package. Again, one of our most popular LT4 packages for these platforms, because get the extra horsepower and the drivability is nice. And for him, 93 octane, put in it and go. And hopefully we'll see, with the conditions being right, see if we can hit the LMR proving grounds and see if we can't get a little bit better 6130 than he did previously before it shipped to us. But again, I'm out for the first test drive, making sure there's no exhaust rattles and just checking all the basics as I always do. And then same with the shift points. I have it set to shift, which is like our basic stuff, our basic what we normally do. But in his case, if he is going to race a lot more and he does want a better 6130 after one or two of these passes, I can up the shift points to try and increase the 60 to 130 time. But for now, I'm just going to drive it, make a pull or two, and see how she does. Turn traction control off. Hopefully this thing hooks up pretty good. Only one way to find out. And have it automatically shift by itself in manual mode. Super smooth. Traction control off. Rolled into it at lower RPMs, but it dead hooked and went. Yeah, we can say we picked up quite a bit. I think that was a 6.6 very first pass. And again, it's shifting what I call our normal stuff, or your average guy that's just gonna have fun with his car. That's the shift points where we want it to hit. Now again, some of our customers, they're more racers, whether they're road racing, if they're really into drag racing, or they're really into these 60 to 130 stuff on the weekends with their buddies. So for those kind of people, we do, every car's a little bit different. You know, it's not, everything's so cookie cutter, where everything's the exact same stuff. So we do talk to our customers, and that's why I do find out their needs and their goals. That way, like I said, we can then up the shift points on this thing and have this thing not go into fifth gear before that 130 mile per hour marker, to just help that ET to get there that much quicker. And also on the 3 to 4 shift, if we can raise that up some, we'll get a few more numbers out of it as well. But that is a great starting point, and to be honest, I think he's going to be super happy with that. It's nice and safe at that. You're not, you know, obviously the higher we string it out with RPM, there's more wear and tear on the valve train when it comes to valve springs and stuff like that. But we put the best of the best parts in it to be able to do higher RPMs and stuff like that. Let's see here. Yeah, she dead hooked and went. I rolled into it, foot to the floor, no tire spin. Airfield looks good. Timing is nice and safe for pump gas. It is shifting, like I said, it's what we normally shift them at, right at 6600. Like I said, other cars that, depending on the camshafts and the intake, the cold air that's on them and stuff like that, and if they're racing it, whether drag racing or roll racing, you know, we can rev them to 7,000 to get them to run a little bit quicker But to be honest, this thing shifted phenomenal. Everything looks good. It's nice and safe. I will probably go just drive it a little bit longer just to make sure everything's good. Talk to the customer himself. If he wants me to put more in it to get it to go a little bit quicker, I will definitely do that. But for now, I think she's good. That was a, yeah, 6.6. Very nice. And again, it's that was the very first pull on it. I can definitely get it to cool off a little bit more, and like I said, make a few changes in the shifting. And again, the timing is super safe. But again, you're talking if he went he was going 10 seconds before. I think his best was a 9.2. They said right when I walked out. I'll confirm that. I mean, he's still picking up quite a bit just from adding our 800 horsepower package. And next time, guys, for future videos, I'll try to get baselines ourselves. We've been doing so many of these lately, even the C8 stuff, that I'll try to get more stock numbers versus what our package does. So those of you guys at home have an idea of, hey, if I get that package, it should roughly run, you know, this number with the certain conditions. But yeah, everything looks good. So yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna head back to the shop, let the guys get it cleaned up. I'll talk to the customer myself and make sure he's happy with it, and we will go from there.